Naji here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about video summarization using GPT-4 that is GPT Omni. So we have already discussed about GPT-4 basic use cases. So if you have not seen that video, please have a look on that. Okay, so which will help you to understand this tutorial very easily. Okay. So following are the steps that we are going to execute. Okay. First, we will convert the video frames into Base64 and we will extract the audio. Then we will summarize the video content. Okay, so we will not be using the audio, so we will be summarizing using the video content only. Then we will be summarizing the audio content. Then we will see the result of summarization using both audio and the video. Okay, so this is the use case that we are going to execute, or this is the steps that we are going to execute. Fine. Then what we will do, so we can execute these installations. Okay, so in my GitHub repo I have uploaded the basic GPT-O use case that we have discussed, and also like there is a folder called data. Here I have uploaded a keynote_recap mp4. So I am using the same video here. Okay, so this is the GPT-4 Omni announcement video. Okay, so the installation is done. Okay, so we have installed necessary files. Now we can get my Google API key. So for that I can import that from the secret. It's in the user data. So here I can say that OpenAI API key user data dot OpenAI API key. Here you guys can use your OpenAI key. Okay, so once I have, okay, let me give access. Okay, so once I have my OpenAI key, I can import OpenAI from OpenAI. Okay, also I can import it, then I can import OS also. Here I can mention my model name as GPT-4 which will say GPT Omni. Okay, then I can declare a client. This will be OpenAI. So these are the basic code. Okay, here we can have our API key as OpenAI API key. Okay. So we have done the basic thing. Now we can see how can we summarize the video. Okay, so for that let me import CV2 library. Okay, then from the movie file we can import video file clip. Trying to see the auto is not coming, so let me write it. Then I can import time if needed. Then I can import Base64, no, 63, 64. Okay. Okay, so something is not right. Should be from editor. Okay. Now we can set our video path. Okay, so below is our video path. Since it's static, I can use that. So this is my video path. So let me copy this path. Okay, so I can paste the video path here. Okay, now what I can do, I can write a function which will process our video. Okay, here I can pass the video path. Okay, so here let me set frames that we are going to take. So 2. Okay. So we can use our OpenCV to read the file. So before that, let me have a base64 frames array, set it here. Okay, now I can get the base video path. Okay, so also I need to get, I can use os dot path dot split text. Okay, here I can give my video path. Okay. Fine. So we have our video path. Maybe we can print it. We can see what this will give us. Okay. Base underscore video underscore path. Now let me take the video. For that I can have the cv2 dot video capture. I can capture the video. So here we are going to read it frame by frame. Okay, so for that we need to know what are the total frames. Okay, so for that I can use video dot get. Here there is a cv2. OpenCV is providing few options for that. That is cap dot prop underscore frames count. Okay, so this will give the frame count to us. Now we need to know that FPS, frames per second, that is also we will get it from cv2 dot cap prop. Okay, fp. Okay, cap for FPS. Okay, so frame per second. Now we need to see how many frames we need to skip. Okay, so once we read a frame, okay, seconds per frame. Okay, so once we read a frame, we need to skip number of frames per into the seconds per frame. Okay, this many frames that we need to skip. So we will be looping it. Okay, so here we can set our current frame. Okay. Now we can loop all through frames. Okay, we can loop through all frames. So here I can set that we know that total frames we have total frames -1. Okay, yeah, it's done. Now we can set the frame video dot set cv2 dot cap underscore prop underscore. I'm trying to see the autofill work. POS frames. So here I am setting the frames to the current frame. Okay, now we can read the frame. Okay, here I can say that success, and this is my frame. I can say that video dot read. I can, if it is not success, I can do a break. Okay, my spelling is like this, so let me correct this. Okay, now we can convert into a byte array for the time for this one. Before converting to base64, for that we can use a cv2 command, that is called cv2 dot encode. Okay, so this is what we are going to use. Here I will say that convert into jpj and frame. Okay, so once this is done, we can convert into base64. Okay, base64 frames dot append. We can use base64 base64 encode. Can say it as a buffer dot decode ability studio of 8. Now we can set our current frame. Our current frame will be current frame plus the skip frame to skip. Okay. So this will help us to loop through all frames, and we will convert the frames, each frame into a base64 array. Okay, so once that is done, we can release our video. Okay. Now the next is we can take the audio from this video. Okay, for that first let me set a audio path. Okay, so my audio path will be our base path, base video path dot mp3. Okay, so this will be my path, and I can take a video. I can pass the video file path. Now there is a easy method, clip dot write audio file. Somehow the autocomplete is not working. Okay, yeah, write to audio file. You can say it as a log. Okay. Now we can close everything, which will save our memory. I can close the audio, I can close the clip. Now we can return the base64 frames. Base64 frames we can return. Also we can return the audio part. Yes. So we are done with our 60% of effort, or 60% of work is done. Okay. Okay. Now we can call this method. Okay. So here I have a base 64 frames, and we will be getting audio path. Here I can call a video, process video. Now I can pass my video path. Okay, so let me execute this. Okay, so here we are getting some error, so let me correct this. So module base64 had no attribute called base64. Okay, so we can check that. Here we have a base64, then base64 dot base64 encode. This is actually B64 encode. Now let me execute it again. Okay, so this seems to be working. So execution is still progress. Okay. Okay, so now let me refresh this. See, we have a keynote recap mp3 file also generated. Okay, now we can directly use our OpenAI. Okay, so here we can use client dot. So for us now the data is ready. Now we can use data, sorry, not data, client dot chat dot completions dot create. Here I can mention model as model. Here we can set the messages. Okay, so first we can set a system message. Okay, I can set the content. Here I can say that you are generating a video summary. Here we can ask, we provide a summary of the video. I can ask respond markdown. Okay, now we need to pass the user input. So for that I can set the role as user. Okay, so this is the user role. Now I can set the content. So this content is a little tricky. It will be an array. I can mention that there are the frames from the video. Here we can pass that. Okay, for that I can use the map function and lambda I can use. Okay, so we will be loop through in the base64. Okay. Here then similarly as we did in our first video, we can set the image URL. Okay, so let me adjust this. Okay, let me put a comma here. Now I can set the image URL. I want to ensure that there is no spelling mistake because it will be very difficult to debug. Okay, so here we can pass the URL. You can say that data image / JPEG. Okay, here we have a base64. I can pass the X. Okay, now we can set the detail as low. Okay, once that is done, we can so this is done. So here we can pass the base64 frames. Okay, base64 frames. Now we have our brackets are closed properly. Okay, now we can set our temperature equal to 0. So what we have done here, we have created a basic structure. Okay, as we discussed earlier, we will be creating a base64. Now we are looping through this base64. Okay, each frame by frame we are adding to the user data. Okay, now let me try to execute this. Okay, here we are getting a error. Map must have at least 2 arguments. Okay, so something is missing here. So let me check map lambda of X. Here we have a type and image URL, comma, we have a image URL is also here. And we have a URL. colon data image jpg base64 okay, here we have the okay, so this is the problem. Okay, so let me correct this. This should be coming here. Okay, so this is out of my bracket. That's the problem. So let me correct it. Okay, and I'm executing this. Here you can see a error is happening because of some request limit and all those things. So what I will do, I will take only the few records from it. Okay, for that what I will do, okay, so from the frames, okay, let me select only the few frames. Okay, so I'm taking a subset of the frames. Now I am executing this. Okay, the execution is done. Now let me print the response. Response test choices dot 0 dot, these all are the same content. Let me see res. Okay, here the variable name is little different, so let me use this. Okay, see, so we got the summary of the video. So this is the video summary. The video is appears to be presentation from a event called OpenAI Dev Day. The presentation includes the following key. Okay, so here they are mentioning about 4 or 5 points. Okay, in a markup language they have shown it all the details, but not all the details, only the few frames. Okay, that we are showing. Yep, I think the video is a little longer, so we'll discuss the next use cases in my next video. Otherwise this video will be like too long. Okay, so in my next video I will be explaining about how to summarize the audio, and also like we can discuss about summarization using the both audio and the video together. Yep, so that is all about in this video. So please do like and subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye bye.